call, beginning with myself, Anita Cafe's Commission Chair. Let's see, Commissioner Ron Pangilinan.
Present.
Thank you. Commissioner Gerald Newman.
Present.
Thank you. Executive Secretary, Mr. Joseph Porter.
Present.
Thank you. Legal Counsel Attorney Miller.
Present.
Thank you. Deputy Director Tiston.
She's excused for the afternoon.
Okay, thank you. Chief Planner Celine Cruz.
Present.
Thank you. And I see that the planning staff are present. We do have a quorum. And so I just wanted to remind everyone that today's meeting is being live streamed on YouTube at the Guam Department of Land Management channel. Before I begin, I would just like to ask my colleagues on the commission. I've received a request to rearrange the items under item 3, old or unfinished business, to move item B, application number 2024-07A, before item A. I'd like to go ahead and entertain a motion to rearrange that if it is the. Thank you very much. Commissioner Yingling, do I hear a second? Thank you. Any discussion on this motion? I don't have any. All in favor of approving the rearranging as requested on the motion, please signify by saying aye and raising your right hand.
Aye.
Aye, it is unanimous. We shall proceed with that. The next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. For approval today, the GLUC regular meeting minutes of June 12, 2025. The members have been provided a copy of the minutes in advance. So at this time, I will go ahead and entertain a motion for action to approve the minutes.
As accepted as they were produced.
Okay, thank you very much. Commissioner Yingling, do I hear a second?
I second.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Pangilinan. Any discussion on the minutes? Any errors or omissions? Okay, I don't have any. All in favor of approving the minutes of June 12, 2025, please signify by saying aye, raising your right hand. Aye, it is unanimous. The minutes of June 12, 2025 are approved. The next item on the agenda is item 3, old or unfinished business. Actually, we shall move forward with the order of item B under conditional use renewal, application number 2020-07A. The applicant, BME Son Incorporated, requests its first annual renewal of a conditional use permit to allow for the continued operation of a temporary workforce housing facility to house up to a maximum of 214 workers on lot 5223-R9-3 in the Municipality of Barrigada in an M1 light industrial zone. The case planner for this is Penmar GLUC. Let's see, do we have applicant's representative present? Thank you very much for being here. For the record, please state your name.
Good afternoon. My name is Vic Gaza, and I'm a representative of BME Sons.
Good afternoon. I'm Danny Natividad, Chief Corporation BME Sons.
Thank you very much for being here. You may proceed with your presentation.
First of all, thank you very much for allowing us to move up on the agenda. Mr. Natividad has to leave items tonight, so we appreciate you giving us that consideration. Good afternoon, Madam Chairwoman and Commissioners. I am Vic Gaza. I'm representing BME Sons. We are here to request your kind consideration on BME's application for renewal, and that we have met all the requirements and conditions of the application, and also acknowledge the MPC and merit support of Barrigada. BME will continue to comply with all GLC imposed conditions and report timely and annual status and renewals of permits, licenses, public health requirements, updates of H2Bs, and maintain the best we can in our temporary workers facility operations as required. This is a critical stage as we have Department of Defense projects, as well as local and government projects. Your kind consideration is greatly appreciated. We want to thank the Chief Planner, the DLM Planning Division for their professional guidance. And we look forward to working with you and with the community. And we're here to answer any questions you should have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other comments? Concerning to be done? If not, I should go ahead and open up the floor to my colleagues, to our commissioners. Do you have any questions for applicant's representative at this time? Thank you. I don't have any. I now turn it over to Chief Planner Cruz or her staff member to provide your presentation.
Madam Chair, I'll be reading a summarized commission brief dated June 30, 2025. BME Sons is seeking its first annual renewal of a previously approved conditional use permit for a temporary workforce housing facility on lot 5223-R9-3 in Barrigada in an M1 zone with capacity for up to 214 workers. The facility is well maintained, compliant with permit conditions, and includes dormitories, admin offices, workshops, and recreational areas. Planning staff finds the request reasonable and consistent with the original approval. The site is compatible with surrounding light industrial uses, and no complaints or violations have been reported. Currently, 150 H-2B workers reside on site with visa extensions underway. BME has shown strong community involvement and a solid construction track record, including major public projects and upcoming military contracts, supporting the continued need for this facility. And onto our recommendation. Having complied with the previously approved conditional use permit conditions imposed by the Guam Land Use Commission in its operation of its temporary workforce housing facility, planning staff recommends approval of the applicant's request for the renewal and continued operation of its temporary workforce housing facility and further reporting annually on its status. All commission, ARC, workforce housing, applicable conditions, and GLUC resolution number 2009-01 are still applicable and remain in effect.
Thank you very much, Chief Planner Cruz. Now turn it over to my colleagues to see if you have any questions.
No, again. good
Thank you.
report.
This is a good report, rather perfunctory, so it looks good. I don't have any questions. I now open up the floor for public comment. At this time, relevant to application number 2024-07A. I don't see any movement. I'll go ahead and close this sector for public comment. I will now turn it back to my colleagues to see if there are any other comments reference this application. There being none, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion for action for application number 2024-07A at this time.
I'd like to move that we accept and approve number 2024-7A, 07A.
Okay, thank you very much. Motion made by Commissioner Yingling. Do I hear a second?
I second it.
Thank you very much. Seconded by Commissioner Pangilinan. Any discussion on the motion?
I'm
Yes,
sorry, Madam Chair, can I ask the maker of the motion to amend to include the conditions on the staff report?
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to approve the application number 2024-07A. As long as it meets the conditions and recommendations stated on the report, July 10th, 2025.
thank you very much. So we'll retract the original motion, which was seconded, and proceed with this amended motion. Do I hear a second? Thank you very much, Commissioner Pangilinan. Any discussion on this motion? Okay. There being none, all in favor of approving the motion made for application number 2024-07A, please signify by saying aye, raising your right hand. Aye, it is unanimous. The motion carries and the application is approved. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is item 4 under new business application, zone change. Application number 2025-445, the applicant, Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority requesting zone change, agriculture/rural zone to PF Public Facilities Zone for the proposed construction of infrastructure facilities for water, sewer, and power on lot 5280-3 in the Municipality of Mangilao. The case planner for this is Mr. Frank Titano or Sunny Gogri. So I welcome the applicant's representative to the table at this time for application number 2025-45. Welcome, and for the record, please state your name and you may proceed with your presentation.
Alfred, my name is Brandon Santos.
Okay, my name is Robert Santos, and I'm the CBDO office. So, part of the applicant.
On behalf of the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority.
It's okay.
Yes, please proceed.
Okay, sorry. Regarding the zone change of application 2025-45 for lot 5280-3 located in Village of Mangilao, we are requesting a zone change from agriculture to public facility. The rezoning is an important step in supporting a much needed infrastructure improvement that will not only benefit the immediate area, but also wider communities of Mangilao, Shanapalo, and Doña. The main goal of this application is to allow for the development of the central public utility infrastructure by the Guam Power Authority and the Guam Water Works Authority. Planned improvements include water storage tank, utility substations, which are critical to improving the reliability, capacity, and overall delivery of power, water, and sewer services to the surrounding area.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Commissioners. My role in here is to help facilitate the zone changes. And to get here, we have to go through a whole different, whole chain of issues and to get to this one spot. The uniqueness about this is that in order for this to happen, we also have to work with our partners in the Department of Defense. And that's getting access and easement from Navy property to get to the lot here. I also have the engineering manager, Brent from GWA here, and the engineering manager from GPA, Mr. Vince Sablan here as well, to respond to any question or enlighten how this whole project is going to benefit the whole vicinity of Manila and the importance of it, and to include Chanapago and Doña as well. And again, we're seeking your approval for this. It's a much needed project to answer to the call of the low water pressure in all of Manila, the power fluctuation or the lack of constant power in that whole area. And the two engineering managers will gladly expand on how this whole project is going to benefit the whole area. Again, I thank you for your time, and we're looking forward to the approval for this change.
Thank you very much. I now turn it over to my colleagues for questions. You're good.
There was, I just have a question on the water. There was, I'm assuming just from you guys plan for other future developments in the area. It will accommodate.
Okay, actually, the interesting and wonderful thing about this, and maybe Brent can talk about what we're doing. There's more than just building a GWA pump station, but actually we are going to be drilling 3 water wells, a minimum 3 water wells. We're going to be adding a 3 million gallon water holding tank as well. And that is one of the largest tank we're going to have on the island. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to have a bunch of happy people that are going to have that water there in case of whatever crisis come up or whatever disaster come up. In the past, it took months to get water to all those people there. And this is going to be such a major improvement. And talking about expansion, that's what these guys are here to do, including GPA and the efforts GPA is going to put in place. So it's a win-win for the whole people of Manila, Chalapago, and Doña as well, with these new added infrastructures that are going to be added in by both GPA and GWA.
Thank you very much. And so in gleaning through the minutes from the public hearing, I know that there was a concern about the access, the road route, I think it's Route 15, and essentially ensuring that there is not only the access, but also the sufficiency of the actual width of the roads with regard to that particular, the intent of that particular property. That's my first question. And the second one really has to do with capacity. And I did read, in one particular case where, having more hookup opportunities from private owners would certainly, through economies of scale, be able to lower down the costs associated with, the necessary maybe water, sewer infrastructure. I don't know to what extent that particular type of savings is actually feasible.
I'm gonna can I refer that to Mr. Brent?
Sure.
He's an engineering manager for Guam Water Works.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, commissioners. The question was, can you repeat the question, please?
Well, the first part had to do with maybe more of a DPW related question, but also a concern by a member of, I guess, an attendee of the public hearing that had to do with the roads access, sufficiency of the width, and of course the viability of the actual access road along that particular route. So I don't know if that's a question that you can answer, but the second part really has to do with the opportunity for private owners for the sewer, water hookups, and perhaps the potential realized savings through additional, I guess, what we call economies of scale, being able to have access, and how much of a savings would be realized by having access, because indeed we're going to be entertaining public facilities zone change.
At present, the nearest public sewer connection is several hundred meters down the road past the turn to Rodera. And so with the improvements that are proposed, installing a sewer lift station, and a force main to the top of the hill and gravity lines the rest of the way down, would allow all of the properties between the sewer lift station and the current existing beginning of the sewer to be connected to sewer. The plan is to also include gravity lines up the hill to the, I guess that would be the east on the map. So it will allow quite a bit of additional land area in the vicinity to be connected to sewer in the future.
And could there be sufficient capacity should in the future there be proposed housing subdivisions? Be able to have access to that?
We are planning for capacity for the area, not just the site being developed.
The whole area.
Okay.
Yeah. So the pump takes a very strategic location there, because it's the lowest point there. So further down this way, yeah, and people will have the opportunity to hook to that line, and we're able to now GWA were able to pump that up the hill. This is the low point in that whole area. For that pump there, station plays a very critical role in making all of that happen. And so, yeah, now I can probably help you answer the first question. So that's part of the key in us getting us this easement here. We will not, majority of the construction would not impact the existing road. So by having all this easement here from the Navy, majority of the construction will be off the side of the road. I mean, certainly there'll be coins along the road during construction, but it will not limit the number or reduce the number of lanes, the current lanes as being used now. So we will have no effect on that at all. So that's the beauty of having that easement there on the Navy side. So it'd be all limited there. Part of also the bigger plan is DPW does have plans and for the future to expand this whole access road to 5 lanes. So that's in the work too as well.
Thank you. Going back to Mr. Brett. Because we saw the delays in terms of water access post Typhoon Mawar. And I shouldn't bring this up, but yeah, University depends on its water tank on campus to be able to provide the kind of water supply. And when we had issues with that, I just wonder with the expansion of the footprint and the increased facilities that we're seeing at least in what we call the Mangilao Economic Zone. What would the educational facilities from the Guam Community College, the GW, the University of Guam, and what would the Guam Cultural Repository and the Department of Public Health Bio Safety Lab, and the expansion of our 4, additional facilities. What type of benefit can we anticipate with this expanded capacity to support that growth?
There were definitely some challenges following the war in the Mangilao area. And the plan for this development is to drill a number of test wells inland of the 3 sinkholes that are on the property. And of course, the hydrogeologic work needs to be done to verify the quantity and quality of sufficient water before those are developed into production wells. But we are hopeful that we will be able to get a minimum of 3 additional wells out of this project that would be an additional water source or supply to the Mangilao area. The additional tank that we're planning on building would also add to the resiliency of the Mangilao area, having additional storage capacity.
Thank you. Any other comments from my colleagues?
Do you have an impact zone on where these new wells will affect the existing areas? Because I grew up near the Barry area, and water pressure was, or when I was there, was always low. Do you have an impact zone on where these new wells will affect existing ones?
Well, we're not planning on changing how the current system operates. We will just be supplying additional water source into that zone. So currently in the Mangilao area, there are a number of wells that feed into that area. And then along back road to Anderson, there are water lines coming from the Carnation intersection that feed water from wells we have in the Atacao area down into the Mangilao area. So having more source wells in the area will provide additional capacity in the zone.
It'll certainly improve on the existing water pressure that exists around there in a very good way. So yeah, there'll be and I think at the end of the day, we'll see the benefit as we get these structures in place and operating.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that presentation. And now turn the floor over to Chief Planner Thurs for your presentation. If you have Sunny.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll be reading the staff report dated June 25, 2025. The subject lot is located across the GPA GWA Gloria B. Nelson Public Service Building along Route 15. The total lot area is 47.95 acres, and the site is currently vacant and undeveloped. The master plan designation was residential, and under the community design plan, the subject lot was within the federal lands boundary, and there was no previous commission action. The application was accepted on April 17, 2025, heard by the ARC on May 1st, 2025, and a public hearing was held on May 30th, 2025. On to discussion and staff analysis. The applicant's request is for a zone change approval pursuant to section 61630 of the zoning law, which states the commission may, with approval of the governor, change the zones established under this chapter whenever it finds that the public necessity, convenience, and general welfare justifies such action. The applicant, in response for the zone change, submits the following justification. For public necessity, the proposed project is justified due to the lack of infrastructure for development in the vicinity of the area. The proposed GPA Fidian substation will provide voltage and load support for the area. The growing population necessitates the construction of an additional substation to meet the rising energy demands and improve the reliability of the electrical grid. As more homes, businesses, and military facilities come online, the current grid infrastructure risks becoming overburdened. With projections indicating continued population increases for the Mangilao and Barrigada area, this necessitates the expansion and modernization of water and wastewater infrastructure to accommodate growth and to improve services. For public convenience, which will be enhanced by having additional public facilities in the area. The proposed substation is designed to provide a robust power source to local customers, significantly improving service reliability for the Mangilao community. Critical wastewater and potable infrastructure development are pivotal for addressing current service deficiencies, such as aging water and wastewater infrastructure that will have long-term benefits for the community. For the general welfare, which will be elevated by providing the installation of adequate and safe public water, sewer, and power. The proposed project not only aims to bolster the infrastructure for the proposed medical campus, but also to enrich the community by providing reliable infrastructure and supporting future growth. For our staff analysis, our consideration includes the context of the application, which provides justification that supports a positive action on the zone change request, and that the request received no objection position statement from the ARC members. Additionally, the results of the Mangilao Municipal Planning Council meetings held on June 11th, resolution number 2025-07 is in support of the zone change. We find the above in the context of the application provide justification that the public's necessity, convenience, and general welfare are addressed. Lastly, on to staff recommendation, planning staff recommends approval subject to the following condition, that the applicant adhere to the permitting ARC members' conditions and requirements as stipulated in their official position statement. And this concludes the staff report.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cook. We thank you for all the work associated with the review and the analysis and so forth. So I now turn it over to my colleagues to see if you have any questions for staff.
None.
I don't have any questions. Thank you very much for being thorough. I now open up the floor for public comment at this time for this particular application. I don't see any movement. I'll go ahead and close the segment of public comment, and I now turn it back to my colleagues for any further discussion on application 2025-45. There being none, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion for action for application number 2025-45.
I would like to make a motion to approve application number 2025-45, as long as it meets the conditions and recommendations stated on the June 25th, 2025 staff report.
Thank you very much. Motion on the floor by Commissioner Pangilinan. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Yingling. Any further discussion on this motion?
I think it's a great benefit they want.
You, any other comments? Question?
It sits on the aquifer, right? This is the northern aquifer. Yes. It's good.
Okay, I'll go ahead and call for the question. All in favor of approving the motion to support application number 2025-45, please signify by saying aye, raising your right hand. Aye, it is unanimous. The application is approved. Best wishes. Tons and tons of comments and recommendations on all these position statements from our respective members of the ARC. You have a lot of work ahead of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is item 5, administrative and miscellaneous matters, tentative subdivision. Item C, application number 2024-03A, the applicant J 524 Development LLC request an extension of time pursuant to section 5 of E Executive Order 96-26 for a previously approved tentative subdivision to construct a residential subdivision consisting of 80 single-family dwellings with full improvements on tract 10441, formerly lot 7134 in the municipality of Chico in an R1 one-family dwelling zone. The case planner for this is Mr. Frank Taitano. Let's see, we have a applicant's representative here for the record. Sir, please state your name and you may proceed.
Yes, good afternoon, Madam Chairperson. My name is Linda. I'm here on behalf of J524.
You may begin.
Yes, on behalf of J524 Development LLC, I'm requesting for an extension of time to complete the improvements of our approved tentative subdivision for tract 10441, formerly lot number 7 for construct a single family dwelling subdivision. The subject lot is located within the municipal district of Chico. It contains a land area of 7,000 square meters for 763, 609 square feet. Our request for extension of time is pursuant to the notice of action dated and recorded on April of 2024.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from my colleagues to our applicant representative? Okay, none from me as well. I'll now turn the floor over to Chief Planner Thurs.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll be reading a summarized commission brief dated June 26, 2025 for application number 2024-03A. The applicant is requesting an extension of time for a tentative subdivision conditionally approved by the Commission on April 11, 2024 to develop 80 single-family residential lots ranging from 5,758 to 9,737 square feet, along with designated lots for a park, ponding basin, sewerage lift station, and a 44-foot wide public right-of-way. Development is planned in 3 phases, phases 1 and 2 with 28 lots each, and phase 3 will have 24 lots. The applicant's request cites Executive Order 9626 and Section 62504 of the subdivision law, which require project commencement or bonding within 1 year of approval. The applicant continues to actively coordinate with permitting agencies, and therefore our recommendation comes to considering that the application has been and continues to consult and coordinate with the government of Guam's permitting entities to address their permitting conditions and requirements for the approved tentative subdivision. Planning staff recommends approval with the following condition: that the applicant continues to adhere to the condition of the April 11, 2024 Commission approval as noted on the Commission's Notice of Action recorded under instrument number 997412. And that concludes the staff Commission brief.
Thank you very much, Chief Planner Thurs. To my colleagues, do you have any questions for Ms. Cruz? I don't have any questions. Thank you very much for all of that work. I now open up the floor for public comment, reference this particular application. I don't see any movement. I'll go ahead and close the floor for public comment. And I take it back to my commissioner to see if you have any further comments. If not, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion for action on application number 2024-03.
I would like to make a motion to approve application number 2024-03A as long as it meets the conditions and recommendations stated on June 26, 2025.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Pangilinan. Do I hear a second? Thank you very much, Commissioner Yingling. Any discussion on this motion? I don't hear none. All in favor of approving the motion to approve application number 2024-03A, please signify by saying aye and raising your right hand. Thank you very much. It is unanimous. The application is approved. Best wishes on this project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care. Okay, the next item on our agenda, 5D, is the election of a vice chairperson for the Guam Land Use Commission. Oh my goodness, long overdue. And before we begin entertaining nominations, I do want to state that I think Commissioner Flores said absolutely not. And I do want to inform our commissioners that we are still waiting to hear the outcome of from the confirmation hearing for Mr. Joseph Rios, and we hope that will come soon because that will round out the complete GLUC composition of 5 members, and we will be whole. But for now, I do want to state that the vice chairperson plays a very important role. When I am not available, you serve as the chair. And as such, we need to be mindful that a quorum for the regular GLUC that's needed is 3 out of 5. And of course, for the Guam Hybrid Land Use Commission, the chair serves as, from the GLUC serves as the chair for the Hybrid Commission. And in the absence of the chair, the vice chair will sit in as the acting chair for that position. And so we want to ensure that the vice chairperson, whomever steps up to the plate, that is essentially the basic order of business, unless there's anything else our executive secretary wants to add, or our chief planner wants to add, or Attorney Miller wants to add. So at this time, I think the order is to, yes, Mr. Titino.
Could I just add that, planning staff and, as much as we show support for the chairperson, we will also be showing the same support for the vice chair.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and entertain a nomination for vice chairperson of the Guam Land Use Commission at this time.
I'd like to nominate Ron Campbell.
Okay, a nomination has been made. Let me see, how does this work? Do we ask if Commissioner Pangilinan accepts first
Yes.
before we close out with a second? Commissioner Pangilinan, would you be willing to accept the nomination as vice chairperson? So, thank you very much. It does need a second. Can I step down as chair and second it, or how does this work, Mr. Borja? Or, I'm sorry, Attorney Miller, how does that work?
No, we can just proceed.
Okay, we can proceed.
I'll
Okay.
second it. Nominate and second.
Okay, we'll go ahead and hold the election. Is that how we do it? Okay. So all in favor of approving Commissioner Ron Pangilinan as the new vice chairperson, please signify by saying aye, raising your right hand.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, it is unanimous. Congratulations,
You can put it
Mr. Vice
yourself.
Chairperson. Yes. Okay, so I did want to bring up just a letter that came through, unless our executive secretary has any announcements or any.
No.
Well, I did receive in my capacity as chairwoman of the Guam Land Use Commission, and I believe a copy was made and presented to our commissioners, but it was from the Commander, United States Pacific Fleet of the Department of the Navy. And the subject here is notice of intent to prepare a supplemental environmental impact statement / overseas environmental impact statement for Mariana Islands training and testing. Essentially, it's just inviting the GLUC, like other agencies, and ensure that they are aware about a call out for review of these particular documents and to welcome comments accordingly. So I, as chairperson, and I just want to make this for the record that I do not make any unilateral decisions whenever there is a request made specifically in my capacity as chairwoman. I am reminded that I need to bring it to the commission, any kind of feedback, because I don't represent the commission when it comes to providing any kind of testimony unless it's something that comes from the commission, based on conversation. And so I just want to make that clear. Many times I do get requests to provide testimony, and if I do, it will be as my own in my own individual capacity, but never on behalf of the Guam Land Use Commission. And I just wanted to state that, unless I'm incorrect, Attorney Miller, tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you are correct that if frankly, if any of you, if any commissioners or frankly staff for that matter, represents that they are speaking on behalf of the body, of the organization, we need to make sure that it is a topic that the commission has discussed and a majority has voted to take a position on. But at the same time, everybody's certainly free to speak their own mind, so long as they make clear they are speaking in their individual capacity.
Absolutely, as a private citizen and not necessarily on behalf of the commission. And thank you, Director Borja, for reminding me of that. Okay, so we'll make sure that you have photocopies if they haven't been presented to you, just so that you'll have that. And if there, the next meeting that is
July 24th.
okay,
So,
July 24th, and so we hope that we'll have our fifth member by then. But for the most part, we must make sure that there at least is always a chair available to chair the meeting. Yes.
so we'll be doing a quick call for forum by today because we need to prepare a
Oh, okay.
agenda by tomorrow.
It's pretty quick.
But we do have, I believe, one item, two items for the hybrid commission.
Okay.
So we will be convening a hybrid commission, and then we'll just probably convene the regular land use commission so we can approve minutes.
Okay, so the just as a reminder for the Hybrid Land Use Commission, the total number of members that were needed for a quorum would be 5.
5.
And within that composition, at least how many from the regular GLUC must be present, including the chair?
I don't know.
It did.
It doesn't matter, okay,
I think it has to be at least one, so the chair or the vice chair.
okay, very good. I just wanted to make sure. And I forgot to acknowledge, our honorable, mayor from the village of, Chalampago.
Yeah.
Yes, was here, so I do just want to state that for the record. We acknowledge him and we forgot to introduce. Okay, well, there being no further business of today's Guam Land Use Commission meeting of July 10th, I will go ahead and entertain a motion for adjournment. Thank you very much, Mr. Vice Chair, seconded by Commissioner Egan. All in favor, say aye. Aye, it is unanimous. The meeting is adjourned. We have 2:12 on our clock. I'm sorry, yeah, 2:12 on our
You
clock.
went over.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the hard work.
Congratulations, Ron.
Congratulations.
You could be happy,